Hi, this is A. Wesley. That ain't even tells it like a TI is. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Topic I'm going to talk to you today about is the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 6, episode 2. It started off with them still being on their camping trip, and Mary woke up, Rachel. Woke up Angie and said, "Angie, what happened last night? What happened last night?" And she said, I really don't know what happened last night. I really don't know what happened last night. A whole lot of stuff happened last night. She said, well, wake up, wake up. She said, okay, I'll get it in a few more minutes. Then switched to the next scene, and the next scene, and the next scene was Broadway and Whitney. They had shared a little space in the RV together, and she was saying, and Whitney was saying, do you know what happened last night? Do you know what happened last night? Robin said, no, I don't know what happened last night. I was trying to figure out what happened last night, and stuff like that. And Whitney said it was real scary. It was real scary and moody and spooky. She said, yeah, I know. And then switched to Meredith. I'm not, yeah, Meredith and Heather. And Heather was saying, Meredith, well, what do you think about last night? About me telling that story about Molly Sorensen. She said, I don't like anything scary. I didn't like anything scary, and I was scared, and I want to get out of here. Only thing I want to do is get up and go home. Get up and go home. And Heather said, "Yeah, I was kind of spooked out about. I was kind of spooked out about what actually happened to me." And I was saying, Heather, you the one started that stuff about that Sally Sorensen woman. She was supposed to go around killing people back in Utah back in the day in the 1800s or something. So you the one told a little spooky story. But anyway, and switch to the next scene. And the next scene was Lisa and Brittany having lunch, and Brittany said, "Lisa, uh, why come you did not show up for the camping trip with the girls and stuff?" She said, "I had a lot of stuff to do. I was busy. I was busy. I had a lot of stuff to do." And she said, "Yeah, uh, they was talking about you at the campsite." She said, "Talking about me?" She said, "Yeah, lawsuits was brought up about you." Said, "Lawsuits?" She said, who brought it up? She said Angie. She said Robin was the one who brought it up, but all the other girls agreed, and they said they heard it through the news and newspaper. And he said, what is Robin bringing up my stuff for? Robin's not a lawyer. Robin don't know what she's talking about. I don't think she finished school. I don't think she finished school. And so Brittany said, I'm just telling you what happened. And she said, did none of the ladies defend me? She said, well, I did. And Heather and Heather and Mary, she said, yeah. She said, I'm just so surprised by Angie. I thought me and Angie had, I thought me and Angie was on good terms. I'm just so surprised by her. But you mean tell me none of the girls took up for me? None of the girls defended me? And Brittany said, no, just like I told you, it was really me and Heather. And so I switched to the next scene, and the next scene was Mary talking to her son, and she told her son, she said, Robert Jr., how are you doing? What's going on? Robert Jr. said, I'm not doing too well, I'm not doing too good. She said, what's going on? Why are you not doing well? He said, well, since I've been home and stuff, I've been isolated in this house. I've been away from my friends and stuff like that. And so I don't feel that well. And she said, Robert Jr., have you been smoking? He said, I smoke a little weed. Just all I smoke a little weed. I'm looking at, boy, you look like you was much higher than a little weed and stuff like that. She said, well, Robert Jr., it's up to you. You can't want to get off of drugs for me. You can't want to get off of drugs for your daddy. You have to do it for yourself. You have to do it for yourself. And do you want to get better, Robert Jr.? Robert Jr., yeah, I want to get better. I want to get better. She said, well, don't seem like you want to get better than me. You got to want it. And right now, I don't think you want it. But like I said, I've been isolated from my friends and stuff. and stuff. And she said, well, that's the only way you get benefit, isolate from your friends. She told me, but those were the people that I used to have party with and have party with and smoke drugs with. And she said, yeah, that's why you can't be around them people, because if you be around them people, you know, gonna wind up, I guess, relapsing or whatever. And Mary was right. That boy ain't ready and stuff. He better get ready before something else happens to him. But I hope Mary's son gets better. I hope he realizes that them drugs are not for him and stuff like that. And I really do like Mary and her son, her little family. Uh, and then switch to the next scene. And the next scene was Lisa and Heather meeting up for lunch, and they kind of meet and greet each other. Now Lisa said, "How you doing?" Helen said, "I'm doing all right." "How you doing, Lisa?" "I'm doing okay too." And I said, and she said, "Lisa, I heard from Robin, and not Robin. I heard from Brittany that that Angie was talking about me and said I had lawsuits on Robin." She said, "Yeah, it was brought up." Lisa, "It was brought up, and stuff like that." And Hilda said, "Well, I was the only one defending you." She said, "Well, I heard that Brittany was defending me." She said, "Yeah, but me and Meredith was defending you too." And she said, "Yeah, that's what Brittany said with Meredith and you." And she said, I don't know what's going on with Angie. She's always talking about me. Like I said, I thought me and Angie was in a good place. And Heather said, I thought I was in a good place too. And stuff. But everybody kept saying that they read stuff in the news and they saw stuff in the papers and stuff about you and these lawsuits stuff. And I told the ladies that since you were not here, we shouldn't be talking about it. Should be talking about it until you get here. And she was saying, I'm just so surprised by Angie. I thought she was my friend, but I see Angie's not my friend. And like you said, nobody really defended me, nobody really took up for me, but you and Mary. And she was saying, there is no lawsuit, Heather. They all got dismissed. They all got dismissed. And she said, "Oh, they got dismissed." She said, "Yeah, they got dismissed." And I don't know what they're talking about and stuff. And she was saying, "Well, Heather, you know, I live a different life than y'all. I live a different lifestyle from y'all." And she started throwing all kinds of celebrity names and stuff, Lisa. And then Heather got to saying, "No, we all kind of do live the same lifestyle. We all are successful businessmen. We all have our businesses going on and stuff. So we really don't live that much. But yes, I do. Yes, I do." And I'm looking at Lisa. You just lying and fibbing. You know that the real reason why you was not on there, you was trying to hold out for more money on your contract because you thought you was bigger than what you was. And Bravo was gonna let you know, no, they want to give you no more money than what you wanted. So that was the main reason why you was not on there. It wasn't because you didn't want to be on there, just because you was asking for more money. But anyway, I agree with Heather. Lisa always thinks she's better than the rest of the girls and all that kind of stuff and stuff like that. And Heather said in that confession, it kind of make her feel sad and bad that she just have to take Heather as she is because because Lisa is always trying to, like she's trying to uplift herself and download everybody else in the group. And everybody else in the group is just successful as her. I said, you right about that, Heather. And then right after that, and switch to the next scene. And the next scene was the yeah, the next scene was there was a socialite party. So they were talking about was they going to a socialite party, and they said they was going. All the ladies said they was going. They were surprised, and they didn't know if Lisa was coming to the social thing. But Heather said Lisa was coming. But anyway, they all arrived at the socialite event, and uh, Mary had greeted Mary, and Mary had greeted Mary, and then Whitney had greeted Mary, and everybody, they was all greeting each other. And then Lisa was the last one to show up, last one to show up. And the next thing you know, she showed up, and Whitney said, Angie, uh, Angie, Lisa's here. I think you need to go over there and talk to her. She said, I am going to talk to her. I am going to talk to her. I'm going to make my way over there and talk to her. But right now, this is not a good time. And so she said, okay. And then Lisa came over there and she pretended like she wanted to hug Mary. And she said, how you doing, Mary? What's going on, Mary? Mary said, how are you doing, Lisa? And she said, come and give me a hug. So she gave Lisa, Mary gave Lisa a hug. And you could tell it was a kind of awkward, kind of like a hug and stuff like that. And so Mary had a funny look on her face. Lisa looked a funny look on her face. Everybody said it was more like a fake hug. But anyway, she came straight over there. Angie, I heard you was talking about me on the capital trip. And Angie said, well, everybody was talking about you and them lawsuits. She said, yeah, this you about them lawsuits. You don't know what you talking about. I don't have no more lawsuits. All them lawsuits is being dismissed. She said, well, what is Broad was the one brought it up and stuff. And Brittany said that too. And she said, yeah, she brought it up. And I was just trying to find out what was going on, ask some questions. That's why I was asking questions. And she told me, you don't need to be asking no questions with nothing. Because like I said, it's dismissed, dismissed. Robin was standing over there in the corner. And then after that, she came over there. She said, Lisa, you're not really mad at Angie. You're mad at me. You're mad at me. So don't be taking it out on Angie. He said, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you, Robin. You are dismissed. You are dismissed. And Robin said, huh? What? Dismissed? And then her confession, Robin said, yeah, Lisa would like for me to be dismissed. She need to get the lawsuits dismissed. And so she was saying, I have no lawsuits. I have no lawsuits. Like I said, I'm not talking to you. I'm just kidding. I don't like you, bro. But I'm not talking to you. Just talking to you. And he's talking, yeah, you talking about me and them lawsuits. What about you and that fake jewelry, that fake jewelry? She said, well, I already apologized to y'all for that. And I already apologized to the other people. She said, but I was just trying to protect the jewelry. I was trying to protect the jewelry. And then you came out and said you know about jewelry, but I apologize to everybody in the group, and I apologize to the jewelry too. Uh, instead of you worried about me, instead of you worried about me and fake jewelry and stolen jewelry, you need to worry about the lawsuits you got. I don't have no lawsuit. He said, yes, you do. And you have a lawsuit by yourself. Somebody suing you and your husband for something. Like I told you, all those things is missed. All those things is missed. You need you need to worry about what you worry about. You need to worry about your blank gout. You said your gout blank blank self. And she was saying, you call me a W, and you saying you call me a W. Baldwin said, you call me a W, Lisa, and also you said my husband had gout and I was sick and stuff. She said, that's wrong, that's right. She said, what about you? She said, one thing about it, what about the clothes you wear? She said, well, one thing about it, at least my husband paid for my clothes. Who's paying for your clothes and paying for your stuff? I heard it wasn't your husband. I heard it was somebody else. And she said, ain't nobody else paying for my stuff. My husband's paying for all my stuff, all my stuff. And Brown said, that's not what I heard. I heard somebody's paying your bills. I also heard that same person gave you the Amex card just like me. So you need to worry about that, need to worry about that. And he said, like I said, I'm not talking to you, bye bye. And she ran out the room and stuff like that. Everybody was looking all kind of funny. And the show went out. Uh, now I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to tell you about the taglines in a few minutes. I'm back with the taglines. I'm going to start with Heather and go all the way to the end to Lisa. Uh, Heather's tagline is, "My nest is almost empty, and this bird is ready to soar." That was okay, but it wasn't that good to me. Next one is Broadwin. "My closet has skeletons. At least they be. At least they'll be dressed. At least they'll be well dressed." I kind of like that one. Whitney, roses are reds, roses are redheads, violets are blue. Don't come for me or I'll come for you. I really liked this one. I really did like this one. Mary, I'm just here to eat, drink, and be merry. Everybody liked this one. Everybody said this was the best one, which it was. Mary's was the best one to me. Next is Angie, I'm Greek, and the rest are just a tragedy. To me, It was good, like a Greek tragedy, like everybody was saying, but it was also kind of reminiscent of kind of catchy to what Drew said last year when Drew said, I'm top level and everybody else is in the basement. And when she said, I'm Greek and all the other people are tragic, even though she mentioned Greek tragedy, she mean all the other people were tragic compared to her. But anyway, that was okay too. Married while you drop lies, I'm dropping the beats. Then yeah, she got that because she supposed to be some kind of DJ now, doing the DJ stuff. Hers was okay. I think hers was better than Angie's, but she was okay. It wasn't nothing to brag about. And then Lisa is the last one. I don't go low, I go distant. She got that from Michelle Obama when Michelle Obama say, uh, I don't go low, I go high. And she just said she just go the distance. And like I said, my first three were my first one was Mary was number one. I liked hers. Uh, Broadman was second. Whitney was third. The rest of them I didn't like. That's all I have for this video. This is A. Wesley. That ain't who tells it like a TI is. I am out.